Hi everybody, Mark Oman with MD Web Pro, and we're back today with another Whiteboard Wednesday, and today we're going to talk about lead nurturing. I'm going to go through some common questions that we can ask ourselves when putting together a lead nurturing campaign. But first I'll take a minute and we'll describe what exactly is lead nurturing. Lead nurturing goes by many names. It can be called automated marketing automation, email drip campaigns, autoresponders, anything that's an automated tool that you use on your website to communicate with people who have expressed an interest in your services. Generally, it falls in the line of email marketing because email marketing is easily automated, but email marketing can also have that personalized feel. So we can really communicate directly with individual users based on a profile that we've created by activity they've taken on your actions they've taken on your site. So lead nurturing is when you go to a site and you filled out a form and you immediately get an email response, and you might get another email 5 days later, 10 days later, 20 days later, 30 days later. That's a campaign that was created one time and set up in the system, but it's a campaign that runs at different intervals based on when people have taken actions on the site. So it's a great tool to show the user that you're able to give a timely response to the actions on your site, and when set up correctly, you can really send a targeted message to a user to really provide value for them. So once we have the tools in place, we're using a system that allows us to do this, that gives us this marketing automation ability. There's many tools out there, Eloquia, our own tool, LoopFuse. There's a lot of tools out there you can use to do this. We need to get a tool set up properly and configured on our site, and once we've done that, we need to create a campaign. And when creating any campaign, I always think it's a great idea to sit back and ask ourselves some questions to help put us in the state of mind of the user to make sure that we are creating the best campaign we can. And in marketing automation, one of the first questions we'd want to ask is, what is the value of our message? Now we're going to create these templated emails that are going to go out to users based on an action on the site. And believe it or not, people aren't excited to get email in their inbox anymore. It's not 1998. They don't run to the computer hoping there's a message there. Most people are pretty sick of their inbox getting filled up with messages that don't have any value. So the number one question is, what is the value of our message? Now in plastic surgery, that's a pretty easy question to answer, because we have a lot of opportunities to provide value. We can let the user know about a promotion, we can educate them, we can even provide some humor, but based on the profile we've built on their activity from the site, these messages can be very defined towards the user and therefore provide more value. For instance, if they've come to our site researching laser hair removal, spray tanning, facelift, and we send them a promotion based on the content they were looking at, that's valuable. If they came to the site looking for a tummy tuck operation and all of a sudden you're sending them information about laser hair removal, there's not as much value in that. Same thing with education. If they've come to the site previously looking at content targeted around a procedure and we send them more information when we publish new information about that procedure, hey, we noticed we saw that you liked our last video on with Dr. Joe talking about the facelift procedure. Just want to let you know there's a brand new video uploaded about facelifts and some of the new things going on with facelifts today. That's value. All of a sudden they're interested because we've sent them a targeted message. So we want to be very clear, what is the value in our message? Number two is, what do we want them to do? Generally there's going to be an action we want them to take. It's part of what's the reason for sending this message. We're going to have a link in the email back to that facelift video. We want them to watch our video. We have a defined action. What do we want them to do? We want to make sure we know this in the forefront, because that's how we measure success after the campaign has been running. So did they actually do what we set out to make them do? But it's not always the case where we have to have a link in the email with a measurable action on the web for every email that we send. Now, it's great when we do, because that's what we can actually measure, but sometimes we simply want them to perceive something about our clinic. What sets us apart from the competition? Maybe we just brought on a new doctor. What are his credentials? Everybody's board certified. We just renovated our lobby. We bought this new equipment. The exciting things about the clinic can give them a perception that you're a step above your competition, and those are okay messages to send when they're targeted towards the user and when we've defined that they might be interested in this information. So there wouldn't be directly a link they would click to come back to the site all the time. Sometimes it could just be news. We were ranked top docs in the area, exciting award. That's an appropriate email to send out to a segment of your user group. And also, what do we want them to learn? Going back to that facelift video, maybe we simply want them to come through, watch the video, and learn a little bit more about the procedure and see us as the experts, or see you as the experts, because you're the one educating them. Number 3, what goes into number 1 and 2 is what comes out of number 3. How can we build their profile? Now, with the marketing automation software you're using, we're tracking everything they're doing on the website. Based on the form completion that they did, we know their name. And now we know when they're coming back to the site, we're building a profile about this user. Which procedures are they interested in? What's their name? Basically building the demographic profile for them. So in the email we're going to send out, how can we build that profile? Can we find out if they are male, female, a mom, a dad? Maybe they're a brand new Botox user, so they're more interested in new user information instead of the experienced user who might be interested in finding a reputable doctor to give them the best price on Botox, but someone they can still trust. So we want to build that profile with the idea in mind of what future messages will we send them based on our new profile information. So another area to think about in creating that email to send. It's another value we can get out of the emails did we add to their profile. We can further qualify them. What stage of the buying process are they in? We do all this through unique questions, framing the email in the right way to determine when they do click through on a link, that puts them into this category, such as if we sent them a link to a new article on 10 things you should consider before getting Botox for the first time. Users who click on that link might be first-time Botox users. And also, how can we score them? If it's a major procedure, what stage in the buying process are they in? Where are they at? Are they, what types of information do they need based on that score? How far along in the process they are. So, I hope you found some of this interesting. Marketing automation is very exciting, and it drives a lot of reward especially for plastic surgery clinics. We know from experience that all the leads you generate from your website, from an effective website that's showing up in the search engine rankings and driving targeted traffic with great conversion forms, call to actions on the site. We know that the number of leads are growing on your site, and you need a great way to stay in touch with all those leads, and marketing automation and lead nurturing is the answer. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.